exciting part, especially for people like Harrison and people who are interested in green architecture. This was the aspiration of the client. They wanted this the greenest possible project that you could build. So we started with that as the charge. And we got Matthias Schuler from Trans-Solar out of Stuttgart, the best green engineer that I know of. And he designed a system of 660 geothermal wells, 100 meters deep. They cool and heat the entire project, no fossil fuels, no cooling towers. And that's already installed. And a very ingenious greywater recycling tank that uses ultraviolet to zap the gray water, and that means we can fill the ponds, we can water all the landscape, all the gardens, and there's enough water left to flush the toilets, which I was surprised. These buildings produce so much gray water. There's 780 apartments. So it's the largest geothermal installation now. I think there's a bigger one going on. There was, at the time that this was put in the ground, it's the largest geothermal installation of residential nature in Beijing. There they are putting the coils in the floor. The heating is in the floor, and the cooling is in the ceiling. That's the most efficient way to do it. And there's the water garden, which will have frogs and lily pads and grasses, and you know, this helps aerate the water and also makes a microclimate for that place. And the different landscape mounds, which are based on the sort of five phases of life, from youth to adolescence to middle age to old age. And there's the Cinematheque, which will be, actually we put in the same program as Film Forum in New York with three cinemas, 400 seats total. And there's an operator from Hong Kong that's taken this on now. And the only thing they're changing is the popcorn machine. They're actually going to accept everything that we. And by the way, don't try this if you don't have someone like this. This is my partner, the U. Born in Beijing, worked in my office 8 years, said, Stephen, we're going to do work in China. And from the beginning, he's been with me working. So everything was not just negotiated in Mandarin, which is totally necessary, but was thought through with two minds, and never just coming out of my mind. Every single watercolor and every move was always thought through with him together. So you can't say it's exactly my work. It's a collaboration. All architecture is a collaboration, but that makes me not make mistakes, especially in feng shui or other kind of issues that are very important. Here's kind of a bicycle garage where we really want to put as much space as bicycles. You come down this ramp, but there's a small footbridge over the top of the Cinematheque, and you can see that they built the bridges on the ground. And I wondered how they were going to do it. When Guy Nordson drew the engineering, the steel, and I said to Guy, how are they going to do it? And he said, I don't know. He said, are they going to put scaffolding up to the 20th floor? He said, I think so. That doesn't sound economic. So they built the main structures on the ground, and I think I have a little diagram. Yes. And they use these hydraulic jacks that somehow pull these steel cables up and clamp them, and pull them up and clamp them, so they could raise the bridge in 5 hours from the ground to the position it needed to be in, and then they welded them into place, and then after that they can scaffold around the frames. And it was all done, you know, without a hitch. It's amazing. I mean, they're very, very capable engineers, and you know, Guy actually dropped out of the project. He was so afraid of it. Later on, he comes back to take his bows. You'll see. Those are Guy's drawings given to the Chinese engineers who changed everything. And there's Guy, very proud. He said that's the biggest clove connection that he's ever seen in his life. Tension connection on the longest bridge. There we are a month ago making our route, the first route around the bridges, and anybody who goes there, just check into my office and you can get a hard hat to go up on this. It's absolutely amazing to be able to walk through 8 skyscrapers on the 20th floor and look back and see where you were and get views of the city. This is not in yet, but it will be. And that's where the swimming pool goes, right over there. This is the swimming pool bridge. So we started here, we start walking around, and you have this incredible view all around Beijing. And the city, it creates its own reality. I mean, there's some pretty banal buildings out there, but everything on the inside. This is going to get the aluminum skin with the whole treatment things I did. What's this cantilever doing over this crooked bridge? I mean, when I look at it, I think to myself, God, it's so irrational.